And with that, I'd like to introduce Administrator Strickland from NHTSA to talk about the safety potential of connected vehicles and the NHTSA agency decisions in 2013 and 2014. David Strickland was sworn in at NHTSA in January 2010, bringing with him a wealth of valuable federal experience. He served as senior counsel for the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, with oversight over NHTSA, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission. David has a deep understanding of regulatory issues, and under his leadership, NHTSA is working to help save lives and prevent life-changing injuries on America's roads. Please join me in welcoming David to the podium.
Thank you, Greg. Good morning, everyone. It really is an honor and a pleasure to be with my fellow colleagues in DOT leadership. Secretary LaHood and Deputy Secretary Percari have really sort of set a pace for all of us in the area of not only in ITS, but all that we do at the department to really work as a cohesive one DOT. And frankly, there is no better example of the work that we do in terms of our different modal administrations, whether it's RETA or whether NHTSA or FRA or FAA. The areas in ITS shows how interconnectivity between vehicles, whether it's surface, whether it's transit, or even in some aspects, whether it's maritime or even aviation. It really is the opportunity that we are seizing upon right now as we see what individual mobility and frankly even public and mass mobility will be looking like for the rest of the 21st century. Now, at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, everything that we do revolves around safety. Our mission is to reduce fatalities and injuries caused by traffic crashes. And it is a mission that goes on every single second of every single day at our agency. Now, we are all aware of the burden that crashes places upon all of us as a society, both interpersonally and economically. In 2010, we estimate that the number of fatalities because of traffic crashes will be 32,788, which is the smallest number of fatalities on record since 1949. Now, we are all incredibly proud of the work that has gone on to get us to this particular milestone. We've had a reduction of fatalities of about 25% since 2006. I remember when I began working in this area in 2001, the number of traffic fatalities was around 43,000, 44,000 a year. You know, there was more people killed on America's roadways than we lost in the entire Vietnam War, and we were losing that number every single year. So the fact that we are a little below 33,000 really is a great pathway to the right number, which is no people losing their lives because of traffic crashes. But at 33,000 people, it is a number that's frankly unacceptable, and it shows how much work that we all have to do. Now, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is an agency that is built upon sound science and data in making our decisions about what programs to support or what actions that we take to reduce the toll on America's highways. That data leads us to believe that we have the opportunity to apply technology in ways that could significantly reduce the number of crashes, injuries, and fatalities on our roadways. Yesterday, I was lucky enough to participate in a plenary session on senior drivers. And we talk about how technology can be used to address not only how to make the vehicle safer and better in sustaining a crash, but how we can avoid the crash from ever happening in the first place, which is frankly the best outcome that we have. And ITS is the pathway to get us to that exact outcome, where we can integrate the various technologies across all the manufacturers so that we can prevent the crash from ever happening. Now, we are extremely encouraged by the research, the analysis of the safety data, and the ongoing human factors work that all point to the connected vehicle technology as the next major safety breakthrough. In fact, vehicle-to-vehicle safety applications could potentially address up to 80%, not 18, 80% of vehicle crash scenarios involving non-impaired drivers. There's something that Secretary Hood likes to talk about in terms of sort of that moonshot type of change. And we have a couple of areas of technology which achieve just that. And the vehicle-to-vehicle safety applications being able to possibly have an impact and an effect to mitigate 80% of crash scenarios for people that are not impaired really could be that moonshot for all of us in terms of how we get that number from 33,000 down to 20,000, down to 10,000, down to 5,000. It will be fantastic to think about in the United States with a country of well over 300 million people and 250 million vehicles on our roads, that we could be achieving the number of lives lost that Sweden has with their population. And technology could be the driver for a population as large and as diverse and as varied as we have, that we can maybe overcome those challenges. So we could be talking about where places like Sweden and others that have had really fantastic success in reducing roadway crashes. Now, NHTSA has entered into a cooperative agreement with an industry partnership including Ford, General Motors, Honda, Hyundai Kia, Mercedes-Benz, Nissan, Toyota, and Volkswagen that will develop and evaluate the effectiveness of safety systems that use vehicle-to-vehicle communications. We are currently in the second year of a 3-year effort with this group. This project will ensure that vehicle communications are interoperable across all vehicles regardless of make and model. It really is fantastic to be able to see the collaboration and the partnership, not only with the federal government, but to see all of these, frankly, hard-knuckle competitors in the automotive space coming together for the purpose of safety. It really is amazing. Actually, we were just having a conversation backstage, and one of the manufacturers noted that the safety pilot work, it's almost like these competitive companies really are almost acting like one automaker in achieving this particular project, and it's great to see. And that's really what we're sort of talking about here, about the future and the potential of ITS. Companies and the government working together to create that disruptive change for safety. Now, this effort will also help us at the Department of Transportation to determine the minimum level of performance and safety impact of the safety applications enabled by vehicle-to-vehicle. We believe this technology has the potential to save thousands of lives per year, while at the same time offering the opportunity to reduce congestion, improve fuel economy, and provide services to vehicle owners. Now, we've recently announced our safety pilot in Ann Arbor, Michigan, run by Umtree, and is intended to provide real-world data on the effectiveness and the practicality of vehicle-to-vehicle communication technology. The safety pilot is an essential mechanism to providing the necessary quality and quantity of scientific data that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration needs to properly assess the feasibility of this technology going forward. Cybersecurity and electronics reliability are also critical components to ensure the safe and effective operation of the connected vehicle technology. And NHTSA has incorporated these elements into our program from the very beginning. Now, let me give you a quick overview about what has gone on and what we are doing now. In November of 2009, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration published a final vehicle safety rulemaking and research priority plan for 2009 to 2011. In this document, we stated that by model year 2013, we would make an agency decision for vehicle safety communications. The agency agreed to assess the research data, technologies, and potential countermeasures, and decide on next steps. So, as Acting Administrator Winfree noted, our agency decision in 2013 really is going to be a significant milestone for all of us in terms of how we proceed from a rulemaking posture on V2V. In conjunction with the Joint Program Office of the Department's Intelligent Transportation Systems Program, we have implemented a comprehensive research program that addresses both the technical and the policy issues, again, as Acting Administrator Winfree noted in his remarks. Based on those results, we will decide whether we will pursue a regulation for light vehicles, inclusion of V2V in our consumer information program, or whether future research is needed. We also expect a decision for heavy-duty vehicles, such as tractor-trailers, to follow in 2014. Now, this brings me back to the safety pilot. Now, I would like to say the safety pilot is a great example of that collaboration partnership, as I mentioned earlier. It really is just so great to see, and the folks that have gotten out there to see the demonstration out at the Walt Disney World Speedway, it really is a fantastic sight. Now, this pilot consists of two parts. The first part is the driver clinics, which will provide us data on driver acceptance and of these crash warning applications. The driver clinics will also allow us to assess driver acceptance of V2V safety applications. We will hold 6 driver clinics around the country. Now, more than 100 drivers will experience crash imminent scenarios in a safe and controlled environment so that they can experience the performance of crash warning systems based on connected vehicle technology. This information will help us understand if a demographically diverse population of drivers finds this technology useful in helping them avoid crashes. Now, the second part of the pilot was awarded to the team led by UMTRI, or the University of Michigan Transportation Research Institute in Ann Arbor. This is the model deployment part of the safety pilot. It is the real-world implementation of all the aspects of connected vehicle safety systems. It will feature light and heavy vehicles equipped with integrated crash warning applications and a large fleet of vehicles equipped with vehicle awareness devices. This will provide us the objective data as to whether the connected vehicle system is effective, practical, reliable, and secure. As I said earlier, the safety pilot is an essential mechanism to providing the necessary quality and quantity of data that the agency needs to provide to the technical staff to assess the feasibility and to aid us in that decision in 2013. So, at NHTSA, we are so excited about the work that not only my staff is doing at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, but the hard work that is going on across all of our sister modes, at RETA, at FHWA, at Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, at Deputy Administrator Bonwell to talk about those developments going on there for heavy vehicles. It is really a fantastic time for safety. Not only are we going to have possibly a huge impact on traffic crashes and fatalities and injuries, but real opportunities to have disruptive change for energy policy and congestion. Again, thank you so much for the time. It is so great to share the stage with my colleagues and with the Deputy Secretary, and thank you so much for your time.